So, what is actually the secret to becoming Australian aerobatic champion?
The ultimate load of this aircraft is 20 Gs.
Hey guys, BeSnappy here. I'm here with Glenn Graham and he's won 3 aerobatic Australian champions. Hey Glenn.
Nice to meet you, Snappy.
So Glenn, this aircraft behind us here, the Edge 540, what do you like about it?
Well, what's not to like about it?
Yeah.
It's powered by a 400 horsepower engine, so a very powerful, torquey engine. It only weighs 525 kilos, so given that combination, it's got a fantastic power to weight ratio. It's like a road bike of the sky.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's only got one seat, so I can't share the thrill, but yeah, it's a real rocket ship.
I just watched you carving up the skies out there. How many Gs were you pulling during that display?
Yeah, I just had a good practice ready for the Barrington Coast Air Show, and during one display, we'll get to around 10 to 11 Gs positive, about -6 Gs.
You're pulling so many Gs in an aircraft like this. How is it not fracturing or breaking?
Yeah, so the Edge is designed with a carbon fibre wing. It's a very strong wing. The ultimate load of this aircraft is 20 Gs, plus and minus.
Yeah.
So to break this airplane, I'm going to break myself before I break it. So I've got a lot of faith in it.
I noticed under here the fuselage is clear. What's the point of having a clear fuselage?
Yeah, for this aircraft, you see it's a mid-wing aircraft, so it's very hard to see down out of the aircraft. So we use these little perspex windows to look down and see what's below us. It's quite difficult to do during an aerobatic sequence, obviously, at low level. But when we're flying aerobatic competitions, there's little box markers on the ground. It's nice to be able to look down through the floor and see where we are positioned in that box.
At such high speeds, pulling so many Gs, how do you keep the horizon level?
Yeah, so when we fly competition aerobatics or airshow aerobatics, 99% we're looking outside the window, and it's all referenced to the horizon. It's very dangerous to look inside at all times, trying to get references from instruments. Instruments lag, so we focus on the horizon and use reference on it. So when we do rolls, we'll look straight out the nose of the aircraft using the horizon. But when we do verticals, there's no horizon out the front. So we'll look at the left wingtip, and we'll walk around and I'll show you. We've got a sighting device on this wingtip, and I'll show you how that works.
All right, yeah, sure.
So this sighting device, if I sit in the cockpit and I look out on the wingtip, I'm looking through this sighting device. And you'll see that this perfectly vertical here is what I can use to line up on the horizon. So when I pull vertical, I set this sighting device on the horizon, and that means I know I'm going straight up. The wing's not down, the other one's not up. So perfectly level, and these diagonal ones are 45 degrees. So that's our climbing 45, and also a descending inverted 45. So it's more used for competition aerobatics to make sure we're precise for the judges. The little technical device on the end is called a piece of cotton. Basically what that's for, that's a little indicator. When it switches over, it's telling me I'm actually flying backwards.
So Glenn, what do we actually have under here?
Yeah, so what we've got connected to the aileron is what we call a spade or a shovel. Basically, if we're going over 400 kilometers an hour and we wanted to move this aileron, the stick forces would be so heavy that we'd get really tired very quickly. So what this does is like adding power steering to the ailerons. So when we deflect it, it actually sinks into the airflow that's coming underneath the wing and actually helps us pull the aileron back and forth. So it makes it nice and light to do our crisp manoeuvres at low level without getting too tired.
What is actually the secret to becoming Australian aerobatic champion? Is it pilot skills, or is it in your mind, or what is it?
Well, it starts off being in your mind, obviously. You've got to have a passion for it. And the skills come by just burning avgas. To get to a level of being an aerobatic champion or flying air shows, you really need to find a mentor. I was lucky enough to have Paul Bennet mentor me. So we spend each weekend perfecting our manoeuvres, being critical on each other. And it's really important that up and coming pilots get that sort of criticism.
If you want to see Glenn Graham fly, you can see him at any Paul Bennet Airshow. Thanks, Glenn. Amazing to meet you.
No worries. Look forward to seeing you there.